And we are back. Minus Alexa, but she'll be on shortly.
And Spot.
And
Oh, yeah. Where'd Albatross go? Oh, there he is.
No. I think it's hubby does a lot of things like he goes out to other random stuff on Sundays now. But what that means is two of our cats can't be trusted to be fed around one of the other ones, so I kind of gotta hang out in a room for a little while. Usually it means the whole session. So it means
got a cat sit.
I don't mind cat sitting. They're my literal children. I love them. But something went wrong with the intro video, and I'm like, why isn't it playing? Oh god damn it! So I just refreshed it. That's all it was. But it just apparently it kicked me out of the room there.
So, where we last left off, the team summarized that the planural gate that Karina detected had been used, and either the stone that was recovered there was brought in with them, or somehow linked coincidentally to the creature that was nesting and feasting on the skiffs in the other area of the woods. However, the interesting part was the Githyanki connection with the star and the Temple of Duality that it seemed to be linked with. There also seemed to be a slight connection with the Heart Star and maybe the idea of Azamir or celestial heritage as well. However, Karina collects a sum of money from her parents. The team speaks with Caleb Hoofstep, as well as others of the different religious organizations, gaining knowledge and learning information about what they're trying to figure out within this, whether or not the Greymakers are involved, whether or not the Chandei Quorum is involved, whether or not anyone specific is involved, or is this just happenstance or circumstance of involvement. But they learn of an area of the Smolder Spire where a possible opportunity to do some shopping. Here, the team traveled to the Smolder Spire and run into a little goblin that goes by the name of Darwin. That Darwin invites them into the magical building and structure. As they come into the structure, they realize that it's a magic kind of alternate reality space or magical space. While the initial visualization of the structure looks small, so as they cross the threshold into the structure itself, it is this large, thriving secret market that is kind of with vast, nefarious-looking individuals shopping and trading with those that kind of operate at this place. It was Jalbatros that then confronted the nearby half-ogren, ogreish individual who's responsible for security and asked, would it be okay if I bring in a griffin? And as the griffin is summarized as a steed, his magical steed, that is exactly where we last left off. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I feel like I should introduce my steed here. This is Brightquill. I'm going to have him tag along with... I mean, I don't want to say Karina, but why don't you stick around with her, little guy? Try not to let her get into too many shenanigans.
Am I here to help haul people, things, or what am I doing here?
I've only been here for how long has Dr. Albatross been with these guys? Like less than a week?
Yeah,
right about a week. Yeah.
I've been with these people for less than a week, and I've already had to pull 3 of them out of a building bodily. So I don't really want to do that again. That was quite painful. You're here both as a draft animal. I'm sorry, I know that's beneath you, but also to provide a means of escape because well, some of my new friends are a bit chaotic.
So they're quite like you then.
Excuse me, my dear beast.
You watch as it shakes its feathery head and walks over to Karina. Well, I'll travel with you. Where shall we go?
Oh, cool. A bodyguard. Well, we're inside the store.
Yes,
Before I get...
he just walked away from his owner.
Oh. I'm gonna call you Spot, because I'm gonna call you Trauma in honor of Trauma.
Oh, interesting name. Is that normally a descriptive word for someone suffering from some kind of event?
Sometimes, but you're gonna inflict it. Anyway.
Ouch.
I'm gonna start by looking for better armor.
Yeah, give me an investigation check as you start wandering the structure of the of the black market, looking for, or the smugglers market.
That's 25.
Damn. What's everyone else doing? You watch as Karina wanders off with the griffin known as Trauma, that she's calling it.
I'm going to look for that portable hole and also look for some just tinkering stuff that I could work on my guns, or someone who might be able to work on my weapons with.
Okay.
Having seen the caliber of enemies that we're likely to attract, I'm going to look for something that might be a little bit better than my buckler and rock hammer.
That's probably a good idea.
Like it's a little tiny little rock hammer, like the ones for the
no, it's a gigantic. It's actually a war pick by the stats, but I don't know. I was like, I like that better.
If you swing a little rock hammer hard enough, I mean, it's going to feel like a war pick.
I'm not Andy Dufresne, damn it.
Professor Shawshank. Go ahead and roll investigation, Foreign.
What did I... Where'd you go, guys?
That's a... Oh, screen's loading. There we go. That's a 12.
12. And Eritrea, anything in specific that you might be looking for while at the smuggler's market?
Yeah, any sort of item that can assist me with healing. Yeah, or just kind of, boost my prayer abilities and put me more in tune with my healing aspects.
All right. Go ahead and give me investigation or religion, your choice.
Right. For sure, religion. That is a 12.
12. And Professor, what do you said you're looking for, like a buckler weapon or something to do a little bit
I'm
more
looking for...
damage?
I have a buckler shield, which I don't think is honestly going to get a lot better, but like another hammer or war pick that's maybe a little bit better than the one I have.
Okay. Go ahead and give me investigation.
Okay. Don't need that. Hey, Charles, can you get down, bud? I love you. But can you get down?
I love you, kitty cat.
It's not fair that we know that he's there, but we can't see him.
I know.
Yeah. My laptop, unfortunately, with the Wi-Fi signal and it's good enough processor, but it did not handle having the camera on. What is that? 18? Or you said investigation, right?
Correct.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Karina, as you and your griffin companion that Professor Jalbatros has heaved onto you begin to wander the market, you notice that things here feel like you come across one table where the dried blood hasn't even quite been cleaned off, like a piece of armor. Some of the weapons look like there's dried hair on the blade. Like, you get the feeling that this smuggler's market is a combination of people finding things and kind of bringing here almost like flea market style. There's a very kind of, you've seen these people before, but this mouse folk kind of like catches your eye as you catch her eye. And you can see that she's currently stacking in crates bits of armor. She's also leaning shields up against her crates. She's got an assortment of weapons on a table. She's also got some like potions out, as well as some oils and other things out. And she just kind of sees you walking and staring at her wares. Well, hello there. My name's Violet. What are you looking for?
Violet, that's a beautiful name. I'm on the market for some armor.
Some armor now. What do you specialize in?
Being nosy.
Well, I don't think anyone makes armor strong enough to deal with that kind of skill set. No, I mean, do you cast spells? Do you get into battle with your blade, or what do you do?
I cast spells and I, kind of walk around places where I'd rather not be noticed.
Oh, so like you start trouble and then you go hide.
Yeah, mostly.
My kind of lady when it comes to the right reality of the fighting that you do. Kind of armor do you think you'd like? Are you looking for leather, chainmail, or simple armor? Armor designed to protect and defend you, or give you special abilities?
Well, I would love something that would be both practical and fashionable. Something that I could blend in with, but would, hopefully prevent me from being pummeled too bad.
So leather armor. Interesting. Well, I got this armor in recently. Never used and only dropped once. It's called Armor of the Shifting Dunes. It's studded leather armor. You'll notice the pattern of the sand coloration and everything that's on it. When you wear this armor, as you, if you'd like, when you are in combat or are moving, you can teleport up to 10 feet away.
Oh, whoa.
It's a passive ability of the armor. All you have to do is say, I'd rather be over there, not over there. And boop, you just 10 feet later, you're there.
That's not bad. How much does that armor go for?
I could sell you this armor for 282 gold.
That's more than I got on me. What other armors do you have?
Oh, well, I've got some bracers called the wind shear bracers. I've also got a cloak here, a mantle of sand flow. I do have some leather armor. It's called Scale of the Mirage. This particular armor grants you advantage on saving throws against psychic spells, and disadvantage to creatures trying to attempt to track you.
I don't know. I have a pretty strong mind. I feel like that's the one part of me that doesn't need shielding. She kind of looks looks a little too proud of herself.
The griffin literally looks at you like you're just insane, and then just kind of goes back to looking at the table.
What else do you have in the way of armor that would just kind of help me go unnoticed?
Well, going unnoticed, you mean go invisible or not be detected?
Just, be quiet, kind of blend in with the shadows a little bit.
I got you. You're looking for stealth. I do have leather studded armor of advantage on stealth.
How much is that?
I can sell that to you for 315 gold.
That's more than the other one.
Well, stealth's a bit more pricier to get my hands on. In a city where everybody wants it, unfortunately, it's a bit of a supply and demand situation.
I don't know. It's kind of breaking my arm. What else do you have that might increase my armor class?
I've got the standard stuff. I've got studded leather of +1 protection. I've got leather +1 protection. I've got chainmail shirt +1 protection. Not much more than that, unfortunately.
Is anything on a deal?
Well, I mean, give me a persuasion check as you say that.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's a 10.
Unfortunately, supply is low right now. Demand is pretty high. I mean, I could bump off a few points if you buy more than one item.
What else do you sell?
Well, I got oils here of sharpness that you can apply to a bladed weapon, gaining you advantage for up to an hour on your melee strikes. Let's see here. I got some regular healing potions on hand. I've got a couple potions of levitation, a potion of invisibility. I got a potion of jump. One left of those. I do have a shield, but I don't know. Do you use or carry a shield as part of your abilities?
If I get one of the pricier armors, would you be able to throw in the invisibility potion?
Yeah, I don't know about throw in, but we could talk about a good price.
You mentioned something about the armor of +1 to armor class. What was that? To defense?
Well, I got studded leather, regular leather, and a chain shirt +1.
Chain shirt.
That was adorable. Alexa just went running right behind.
She's coming. She's coming. Just needed to get her sun kissed.
What do you have for about 150 gold?
Oh, not much on that. I got regular armor. I could sell you regular leather, regular studded for going prices, but I don't keep many of those around.
I understand. Well, thank you so much. And I walk away. Listen, I'm cheap. I can't do this.
Even though you have like a ton of money.
Even though you just got handed a stack of gold by your parents.
That's how I keep the gold, okay?
Sure.
Thorn,
Mm-hmm.
as you're wandering around a bit, you come across a individual who, wrong one. Sorry, I'll buy it. Where did you go? There she is. You come across an elderly-looking lady that seems to be working on potions, little trinkets, and clockwork. She's even got a black powder pistol out on her workbench, and she seems to be tinkering with it a bit. She kind of looks up from her table and sees you coming. Oh, hello. Oh my, you're quite the exotic-looking person. I see you carry firearms as well.
I get that a lot. Yes, I do. Can I take a look at the gun she's got on the table there? Just like a.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard black powder flintlock with no real bells and whistles. It seems that she's in the midst of doing rune carving on it.
Okay. I see the standard little gun looking there, but
I forgot that I was testing something. And why it's not letting me add Alexa? Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. Hold on. Copy. There she is. Yeah, I forgot that I was like farting around with some edit saves on the layout update, and I forgot to put everything back the way it was. Like an idiot.
No, sorry, I'm late.
How cool is StreamYard? You can make a screw up like that within seconds. You can edit your layout, pop the other camera back in. One of the things I love about it. You can tell that she's currently carving artificer like infusions into the wooden handle. She's also using some paints to kind of like paint an infusion into the barrel. Give me an Arcana check as you're watching her do this.
That's a better roll than my first one was. That's an 18.
She seems to be just kind of infusing magic that will allow the weapon to, for at least an hour, to not be allowed to jam. Well,
that's some mighty fine handiwork there.
I'm a bit of a rune carver. It's my main thing I do enjoy doing. I can also apply my infusions directly onto your weapons. While they're temporary, they can offer assistance from time to time.
Well, that's mighty nice. I'm looking to get into this sort of trade myself. Not to get in, cut into your market by any means. Just for my own home tinkering, let's say.
Oh, well, the young lady over there, Tundra, she does sell general goods of a sort, knickknacks and trinkets, and I believe she has alchemy and tinker's kits as well, if you're interested.
Would you happen to have any tomes or any kind of other reading material that might give me some insight into the magical workings of things?
Yeah, give me a persuasion check on that one.
Yep. Oh, that was a good roll. That's 23. We're very persuasive people.
Mm-hmm,
Our entire group is really persuasive. I got a +5 to persuade thanks to the Fae stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Fae stuff.
Yeah. I have little Fae butterflies floating around my head all the time too.
Well, I do have this one particular tome I could sell you. It's called the Tome of Ingenious Crafting. It's more of a beginner's effort at learning how to do basic artificer infusions. There's a place here where you can learn how to craft blueprints. You can also, once per long rest, you can summon a invisible assistant who will gain you advantage on your efforts. You can also apply reverse engineering via this book so that you can take things apart and learn about them. It also includes an advantage to infusion efforts. And once per day, it can trigger inspiration. When brainstorming a solution to a mechanical or magical problem that you're tinkering with, you can roll a d6 on your next intelligence check while tinkering on such devices.
Well, that is a very handy book. How?
Mind you, it's for beginners. You don't necessarily have to be an artificer yet. These are basic tinkerings that you can learn yourself. Infusions do require a bit more componentry and work that allow you to infuse or carve into items that you're working with. For example, she picks up a bronze bird. You watch as she quickly carves a couple runes in it, and it starts flying around just for about 6 seconds, and then lands back on her table. Great little tool for distraction, if you know my meaning.
Right. Well, part of the reason I want to get into this is, and I'll take out my pistols and then I'll take out my rifle and lay them both on the table.
Oh, these are nice.
Now,
are you selling these?
No.
Oh.
But I came into possession of them. I've worked on them myself, but when I came across them, they had this writing on it, and it's not dissimilar to the writing you have there, but I never see it do anything. I thought it was just decoration till I've seen you carving this stuff up here. Now, I haven't been able to make heads or tails of whatever's on this thing, but here, look. Now I can tell this is Sylvan script, and it says Togwanath. And if my words are right, that Togwanath on the big rifle here says Deathbringer, and then on this little one it says Tangas, and if I make that out right, it says Hole Maker. And I will say for myself, they've been very handy, but as far as I know, they're just a name.
A question for you. Are you not the original owner of these weapons then?
They came into my possession, but no, I didn't make them myself.
Interesting. And
I've had tried my hand at tinkering at them. I can typically, if it jams, I can typically get it unjammed in like a half hour.
Well, I don't know those names in particular, but I recognize the carvings and the stylization of what they attempted to do. Now, these carved writings of the names of these weapons are actually the beginning of what you'd call inlays. Somebody was in the process of trying to make these weapons magical and never really completed the effort. Not sure where you got these from, but they are quite mastercraft work. They are capable of enchantments and infusions. Just depends on what you'd like them to do.
Well, I reckon if I can get my hands on that tome and start learning some of this artificing, perhaps I can come up with something to make these worthwhile.
Well, tell you what I can do. I can sell you the tome because I do have other copies of it, as well as I've already moved on. Don't really use this level of infusion. I could also sell you some trigger assemblies upon which you could practice. One is a pistol trigger assembly, and the other one is a rifle. I can also share with you some of the mechanical and oils that I would use for the enchantments and infusions. And I believe you can take this blueprint with you. This blueprint will allow you to create a trigger assembly for each weapon. As an extra action, you can gain advantage on your first attack with these trigger assemblies.
Well, that would be mighty nice of you.
It's more for you to learn how to do this, and who knows? Maybe we can do future trades.
Certainly. Do you have a calling card or some kind of method?
Oh, I'm always here. Just come to Darwin's and seek me out.
Well, here, let me. And he takes one of his knots, one of his hair knots, and hands it to her. Yeah, look, being a magical entity myself, I do have some talent here as well, which is why I'm looking to get into this trade, you see. But I'll leave this with you, and that way, the next time, if I find myself in need of some parts or something, I can let you know ahead of time, and perhaps you can stake it out. Now,
terribly sorry, young man, but that won't work here.
Really?
Yes, Darwin has a very specific. Darwin has created a place where scrying and other means of divination will not function here, unfortunately.
What do you live in here?
Oh, yes, I've been here my whole life.
You've been here forever in this magic room?
Well, this place does other things. It takes us
Oh,
places.
fuck. Thanks, Houdini.
You okay?
All right.
I feel like that was Bright Quill turning in the middle of the aisle and like just
Right.
knocking a bunch of shit off the.
He was being a fucking asshole and just
Oh,
down beside my recliner I'm sitting in. You little shit. So now I get to clean that up, but I can hear you still.
All right, I'll mute you while you're, cleaning up your dirty cat.
Yeah, I understand. Appreciate it.
Oh my god, that cat loves tormenting him. I swear to
like
God.
the middle of the games too.
His own personal spot.
Every time.
His own personal spot.
So I can, yes. So Darwin has made it so we cannot be scryed upon, but there are other doorways here that gain us access to other places. It's a very complicated bit of arrangement that we have with Darwin. But anyways, I can sell you the tome, some of the basic assemblage equipment, and a handful of the oils. I can sell these to you for 185 gold.
Well, that's a right generous offer, ma'am. One extra question, real quick.
Sure.
Do you? I'm looking for they call it a portable hole. Is that something you might be able to offer as well, or?
Unfortunately, I don't have one of those, but I hear that Tundra does.
Right.
She goes
Okay.
by the first name Mel. Melanie, Mel for short. But Mel Tundra should have what you're looking for.
Understood. Thank you very much. 185 gold, you said?
Yes, correct.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Here. And I'll count out the coins and drop them out for her.
And you look over at the table that, like, the section of the smuggler's den, kind of where Eritrea is already at. Eritrea, you're in a section of the den where there's just lots of interesting little curios and items and things like spread out on these tables. The woman standing there looking at you kind of notices your interest. She's got elven features, bright white hair, just kind of looking over at you. Well, hello. Are you a priest?
In some form or another, yes.
Oh, fascinating. My wares seem to interest you. What are you looking for, dear boy?
Well, something that, I tend to have gotten caught up with a group that tends to get in a little bit of trouble.
Welcome to Jrusar, where you can make very bad choices and not pay for them if you can run fast enough.
Yes. Or if I could potentially heal them fast enough.
Yeah, but there's that too.
And I also have a little bit of a problem with being, as one might say, squishy. And I'm wondering.
I don't know. You don't look very squishy to me.
If there's anything that could buff me up a little bit too.
Well, I do have some magical trinkets that might be able to help you.
Tell me more.
I will as soon as I click on my tab. So I do have these. Well, let's see. You're a bit of a caster, correct? You cast spells and you help people that are into a bit of a. Well, you know what? I do have a dust bloom charm that I can sell you. It's she pulls out of a little silken bag this perfectly preserved flower. And she says, once per long rest, you can cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level with this charm. When you cast the spell, the charm will close, indicating that it's no longer functional. After your long rest until the next dawn, the flower will then flourish and be available yet again for you.
Very interesting.
Let's see, what else do I have here? I have an Oasis Finder's Stone. This is really neat. It kind of allows you to find the nearest water source. I have a Talisman of the Sands. It grants resistance to fire. Let's see. I have a Traveler's Feast Kit. Quite interesting. It conjures a meal for up to 6 creatures. And it also restores 1d6 hit points if consumed. Let's see. I also have. Oh, this is quite nice if you want to calm people down. I have a sensor of calming winds. Whenever it's once per long rest, you can light the sensor and it will invoke the calm emotion effect or spell. Let's see. Oh, this one's quite fun. I have the Sand Shaper's Gloves. The gloves are imbued with a bit of the desert magic. Grants the ability to move loose sand or dirt for the Mold Earth cantrip. Let's see, what else do I have? No, the Shadow. Well, I do have a Shadow Veil Amulet I can sell you. Grants you a +1 on your stealth checks. Let's see, what else do I have? No, those are weapons. You don't look like the type. Oh, let's see here. This is quite an interesting one. I do have these amber lens goggles. They grant you immunity to being blinded. And what else do I have that might be interesting to you? Oh, I've got the Sunshot Amulet. It emits a 30-foot radius of light And once per day, you can cast Fairy Fire from the amulet. Let's see. Oh, no, you wouldn't like that. Oh, this one's quite nice. Famous Hell's cactus juice vial. When drunk, it restores 2d6 plus 2 hit points when consumed. If you consume it while traveling in the desert, it grants you fire resistance of up to an hour.
I'm getting some strong implications that we might be going to a desert soon.
Oh, no, that's where I hail from, dear boy. I'm from the Hellcat Valley. I tend to buy what I can there, pack it up, and bring it here for sale. One of my specialties.
Wonderful. Well, how much for that dust bloom charm?
The Dust Bloom Charm. I can sell that to you for 162 gold.
And how much for the Hell's Cactus juice?
For the cactus juice, I currently have 3 vials. I can sell that for 100 gold per vial.
All right. Well, for now, I think I'll just purchase the Dust Bloom charm.
Absolutely. Here you go, dear boy.
Right.
It's at that moment, like, Thorn steps up alongside you, and Thorn, you start looking at everything. And then you guys watch as Karina kind of arrives, says...
I did not finish. I still have some stuff to buy.
Well, no, I know. This is a separate table that you'd end up at.
Okay.
Kind of working through the smuggler's den. Melody. You can see your 3 friends over at one section of the smuggler's den. The Griffin is trailing behind Karina, following her over there as well. You see Professor Jabaltros has wandered off to one of the nearby tables as well, looking at things. Anything in particular you might be looking for?
I think Melody's eye is caught on anything that just seems like kind of stylish and romantic. And I'm wondering if there are either any sort of fancy, stylish looking weapons, or if there are like musical instruments.
You look over to the area that Karina was over at earlier, and you see the familiar mouse folk that she was talking to. You kind of wander over there, and she's opened up a new crate. She's letting out, she's setting out fresh new weapons that she'd found. Give me an investigation check, if you would.
All right, my specialty. This is going to be great, I'm sure. 14.
14. There's a particular scimitar that she sets down, and you could have sworn that you either heard the wind, and it almost seemed like the blade kind of shimmered with a bit of sand-like shimmer to it. The hilt and the blade look to be very well crafted, and she sees you kind of staring at it, and she goes, I see you're staring at one of my scimitars I just got in on order the other day.
Ooh,
My name's Violet, by the way. What's your name?
I'm Melody. It's nice to meet you.
Yes. Okay. I don't know what to do with your hand, but thank you for giving it to me. Anyways, you're rather styling there. Don't
Thank
get
you.
many
I love the
haters.
purple hair. We're totally twins.
It's if you're not purple, then you're just not doing it right.
I totally agree.
So,
well, what's this? This is so pretty. This scimitar. It's so shiny. Where did you get it?
Yeah, this scimitar. It's called the Sandstorm's Edge. Picked it up outside of the Ashnodern traveling bazaar. It's if you ever get out there, there's an entire community of nomads that live on the back of a great sauropod-like dinosaur that wanders the open stretches between the Panagrip sands and the Ashnadun areas out there, Ashnadar area out there. There's an old keep ruin out there called the Bastion that they often wander amongst sometimes. But every now and then when I can, I try to find them once a season. With their travels, they come up with some pretty unique objects. This object, I believe they said they found in the confines of an old ruin deep in the Runadam Desert during their travels. Now, if you listen, she holds the blade up to your ear, and it literally sounds like the wind humming around the blade. Now, if you're fortunate enough, if anyone while you wield this weapon and anyone gets into base with you, they have got to make a Constitution save or go deaf for the duration that they remain in base with you. Now, when you hit someone, it does an additional amount of thunder damage when you hit them. And whenever you find yourself in sandy or windy environments where you're out in the desert or you're in a windstorm in the desert, your attack rolls with this weapon have advantage.
Wow, that sounds so cool. Have you, how much did you buy it for?
Well, now give me a persuasion check on that.
All right. It's a nat 20 for a 27.
Nice.
Oh.
She goes, well, you know what? I got purple hair. You got purple hair.
Really?
I mean, we're kind of in that club where we should just automatically trust each other.
I agree.
Now, I don't think they knew exactly what they had when I picked up this blade. I have the ability for identifying magic items. It's on this little charm that I keep around my neck. Now, I paid 362 gold for this blade. I'm looking for about 600 gold for this blade. It is rare. It can offer up multiple abilities if you wield it. And as you know, does not require attunement of any kind because fourth wall, there ain't no attunement in this fucking game no more.
Whoa, that's so cool. It's such an amazing blade. I mean, 600 is unfortunately, just way too rich for me. Would you sell it for a discount? Would you sell it for 425?
I'll say with that persuasion, I tell you what, I can sell it to you for 500 even.
I can't. It's just too expensive for me. I love it, though. It's so cool. Thank you for showing it to me.
What's the most you can afford?
I really can't go much higher than 425. I mean,
you know what?
But it's
I like you. I'm fine with that. Here you go. She slides the scimitar over to you and takes the 425 from you.
okay. All right, sweet. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you.
Of course. As you walk away, Professor Jalbatros kind of walks over. You're heading over where the others are kind of perusing the other tables across from you. Professor Jalbatros, this particular merchant, she has quite an assortment of items. She's even opening up yet another crate and placing things on the table. She looks up to see, oh my, Eric Copeland. We don't get too many of your kind out here. What do you specialize in, good sir?
Well, I at this moment I'm employed as a paladin, but I'm more of an academic, to be honest with you. I actually am a bit of an archaeologist. I'm here to do some research on some ruins you have.
Oh, fascinating. You're quite ripped. I imagine you're the kind that fights a lot, right?
Actually, a lot of this is just I got really, really into powerlifting in college. And, I mean, it's a great way to just stay in fighting fit shape.
I don't know what powerlifting or college means. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh, they're amazing. But no, it's all this is built up in my early years of studying, and well, those rocks aren't going to break themselves, and you can't always rely on having just a nice beef. I mean, don't get me wrong, having the undergrads there, they are really helpful for menial tasks, but sometimes there's just some stubborn rocks.
My kind ages very quickly. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you had, well, I do love this hammer that my husband got me, but it's not really up to. It's more of a tool more than a weapon, and I've been drawn into some conflicts recently. I was hoping I could find something a little bit better than this.
Well, I do have over here, leaning up against another pile of equipment, I've got this thing called a scorch scale maul. Now, this pretty baby here has been fastened and decorated with red dragon scale, and the hammer itself, or the head of the maul itself, is imbued with a bit of fire ability as well. If you take this into battle with you, once per long rest, you can create a 10-foot radius of fire. Anybody within that radius of fire automatically, no save, automatically takes 1d6 fire damage. If you ever find yourself in a pretty sticky situation, great way to get out of it. Let's see, what else do I have here? I see you've got a buckler, so you must be able to use a shield. I got this shield called an obsidian shield. It's made of black volcanic glass. And the beauty of it is it'll give you the same benefits as your buckler that you currently have, with one slight exception. If anyone ever hits you, you can roll 1d4 damage that will reflect back on that person that strikes you. Let's see. What else do I have for someone like you? Well,
I'm more than willing to check out other things. I mean, technically, it's called a hammer. It's more of a war pick, but maul. You said you had a maul, maces. I don't know that I'm much of a bladed fellow, but axes are fine too.
Let's see here. Everything I have is pretty simple. Things of your specialty. I do have this interesting thrown weapon. Where did I put you? Oh, here it is. It's called the Flameheart Chakram. It's a thrown weapon. It's a circular blade, and it's got runes on it that emblaze with a bit of fire. Whenever you throw this weapon will deal an extra 1d4 fire damage, including its normal 1d6 damage that it does. It has a range of up to 30 feet. It is considered a finesse weapon as well, if you choose to. I do have a bow, if you're interested, called the Needle of the Oasis. This particular bow says, if you make a critical hit on a target that you're shooting at, the target is, after you hit that target, the bow then grants you 1d4 temporary hit points. And it's an area of effect. So if you have friends around you within 10 feet and you hit your target with a critical hit, you and all your friends within that 10-foot radius get a 1d4 temporary hit point.
I think the one I'm most interested in is the maul.
But it is a nice weapon, sir. Very nice weapon.
Could you tell me how much are you looking to get for that? And I'll mill it over a bit. I am sentimental about this old thing.
This because it is a two-handed weapon, it does offer you an extra 5 feet of reach, so you don't have to get in base with someone if you don't choose to. It's a heavy weapon for sure. The only additional effect is the 10-foot radius of fire damage. I can let this one go for 150 gold.
You know what? I think we can make a deal on that. I'm happy to do that. I know it's not really going to be useful, but the shield that you were offering, I don't know. I feel like some of my other friends might have a use for that. Honestly, I was using the buckler just because my hammer I can use in one or two hands, and that shield just let me kind of choke up on it. But
no choking around here, good sir. We allow you to do what you want. Just be careful.
I don't know how to respond to that. I believe I feel one of my students don't kink shame. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh well, I was never mind. It's quite all right. Different cultures and all.
Are you primarily? I'll check out other wares, I'm sure. But are you primarily a weaponsmith, or do you have armor as well?
I trade in weapons, armor, and some minor adornments that aid you in your weapon and armor preservation and advancement, and additional abilities to your weapons and armor.
Well, I would be interested if you had anything that could sort of make up for the for me foregoing my shield. That is going to make me a bit more vulnerable, I'm afraid. So anything that could do a little bit better than just my normal leather armor and...
Well, since you are someone looking to free up your abilities to do other things, I do have these bracers. They're called the Wind Shear Bracers. They are +1, so they give you an armor class protection of +1. But the best part is once per long rest, now this is going to sound strange, recognizing that you're an Aarakocran, you can cast Featherfall on yourself.
I'm an Aarakocra.
Yeah, I know, but here's the beauty of it. Let's say you're walking around, you're surprised, and you get shoved off an 800-foot cliff, and you're just too tired to fly. You invoke it, and then you don't have to fly. You're good.
I'd extend my wings and I would glide down. That's how physics works.
Let's see, what else do I got? Physics. I don't know what you mean by that. That sounds terrible. Let's see here. The only other thing I think I have here that can help you is I do have a pair of armorer's boots. The only thing they'll give you is +1 to your armor class if you wear them.
Armorer's boots and the bracers. I could possibly do with those. For the whole package deal, the maul, the bracers, and the boots. What am I looking at here?
Oh well, all three. I mean, I could sell all three of them for you for. Give me a persuasion check, if you would, please. With advantage, because you are putting all the items together.
Is Melody next to him?
No, Melody, Eritrea, you, and Foreign are all gathered over at Tundra Mel's, or Mel Tundra's station at the moment.
Come here. Get in my pocket.
Keep dice in your pocket? That's pretty cool.
I actually found one that I'd lost, and that was I hope it's better than that one. But let's see what my persuasion advantage is. Because it's not that. Oh, okay. Actually, that's really good. Let's re-roll that, though, because that was a shitty roll. Right. What was that, a 17? That was a 24.
I'll tell you what I'll do. All three, I'll sell to you for 400 gold even.
Would you be willing to take any of my old things on trade? I'm afraid I don't have quite that on me.
Fortunately, I only trade in magical items.
Let me see what it was. I don't have quite that on me. Only 370 odd, but I believe I had something that maybe
30 gold, no big deal. Let's just call it 370 even then.
You are a gentle person and a scholar, I do say.
No, I'm a mouse folk and a merchant, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Hey, we short-lived peoples, we got to stick together, I'm ancient. I'm 43, and that's absolutely He's just like, I'm 6.
Okay. Okay. So here's your items, and thank you for the gold, and thank you for the wonderful conversation. That 4 of you are now gathered around Mel's table. So the 4 of you are kind of already wandered from other spots to end up here. Eritrea started here and has already kind of. Did you buy a couple things from Mel's table?
Yep.
Well, hello. What can Mel do for you?
You must be Miss Tundra.
Yeah, Melanie Tundra. You should just call me Mel.
Right, Mel. Well, this lady down the way says you might have what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I believe they call it a portable hole.
Oh yes, Andra Gold, of course. Yeah, I actually have 2 bags of holding and a portable hole as well.
Oh,
All right. Well, you sound. We came to the right spot. How you like that, fellas? So, how much would it take to have you part with at least one of the bags and the portable hole? If not both, we want both of the bags.
let's see how much they cost.
Right. Okay. Well, sure. How much for the bag and one of the and a portable hole?
The bags of holding I can sell to you for 250 gold apiece. The portable hole, unfortunately, is a very rare and expensive item. I can sell that to you for 1,000 gold.
Whoo, buddy. All right. Well, one moment. I'm gonna turn, and I'll turn around and look back at everybody. Like, right. So, did you hear that?
Well, if each of us gives about. My character does the math of how much 200 divided by 5 is real quick.
200 divided by 5. So aren't we
40?
at 1250, right? If it's
Yeah.
2 things.
That sounds right.
Karina is cheap.
So Melody is like kind of swooshing her scimitar around. I got this really cool blade and it was pretty expensive.
Oh,
So,
no worries. I'm sure Treya would be okay with covering you.
Yeah. You do look fantastic in that blade, I will say.
Thank you. Just swish it around.
Right. So I've got about 150 left I can part with if I still got to pay the toll to get back up to the base.
It's funny because as soon as Melody's done swishing the blade around, all of you are deaf.
Oh.
And then like she sheathes it, and then your hearing comes back.
What?
Holy shit.
Pretty sweet, right?
Oh,
That June.
So how much do we need again, Mr. Ford?
well, so it's 1,000 for the hole and 250 for the bag.
We don't have 1,000, so let's look at the bags.
Well, look, the whole reason we came here was for the hole, because we could put the rock in the hole and it can stay hidden
Can't
with
the
the
bag...
bag-
from everybody.
Would the bag fit around the rock?
3
No, it's
foot
the-
by 2
it's
foot
a
by
rather small, simple-looking bag. It has weight restriction and it has size restriction. The rock would definitely be too big for the bag of holding.
Also, last game we put bodies in the bag. Lots of bodies.
Oh, that's
in the
right.
bag.
That's true. I mean, that was very useful. We could do that again.
It was.
Body's the hole, too.
Yeah.
Well, do we have enough cash between, I guess, like, excuse me, Mel, thank you so much for showing us your wares. Do you get like a lot of, traffic asking for the portable hole? Is that like a really hot commodity? Do you send people somewhere else to buy them?
Most people can't afford it, dear. It's just
You don't
something
have
I came. It's just
for it?
something that I came across in trade. I traded one item for it, and it's a rare item. It's worth every gold coin, I assure you. And here's the thing: I'm not even sure who the original predecessor who owned it was, which means there could still be things in it. I have not looked inside. I am not a person of defensive or attack means. That's not what I do for a living. So I haven't even dared step inside the portable hole, to tell you the truth. I can assure you it works, though. She picks up a silk bag. She pulls out a silk cloth, and she lays it down on the ground. And you watch as her head and hand disappear into it and back out again. And then she simply invokes a simple word. The hole folds back up into a piece of cloth and goes back into the silken bag.
Okay, let's settle back again real quick. How much money does everybody have?
I have 271 gold remaining.
Literally 4. I was going to, after we broke up, I was gonna head and see if I could find a more mundane weapons merchant and sell some of the nice stuff I picked up from my corpses.
You sell it in our shop, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. You could put it on the shelves in your shop.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I have 167, so that's why I was saying I've got 150 I can part with.
Yeah,
To still pay for us to get back to the.
Yeah. I also have 28 silver, so essentially 273 gold.
So how much does that all come together?
Well, how much do you have, Karina?
5,000. So I'll cover the rest, but I'm not paying rent anymore.
Whoa!
Well, I paid for that building, so you're living there rent free. You're
Then
sharing in the profits you've
You are
contributed.
all gonna owe me with interest, okay?
Now, one of us wasn't
Not
going around
negotiable.
getting pampered every 5 minutes.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse you.
Miss Karina, where did you come across all this gold that we apparently...
No, she is not telling you guys that. Vitaly is telling
news to
you.
us.
That's
You
talent.
think
That's fourth
she'd
wall
ever tell that
conversation.
anybody? No. How much do you guys all have if you're absolutely pushed to the end, and I'll cover the rest?
I have 273 gold, essentially.
4 gold
70.
electrum.
Nice.
Electrum.
Okay, for no skimping
Well,
at the end.
No, I said 167. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'd be
how
willing
much-
to part with 250 just so I have some spare cash. For
That's why I
Fair.
said 150
Yeah.
myself. Yeah. Which makes 400.
Okay, I'll cover the rest, and once again, you all owe me with interest. Well, that was fun.
Hey, now time out. My $1,000 gold diamond thing brought your sorry butt back from the dead. Who's owing who?
Oh,
right now?
that's true. I forgot I owe you guys money.
Yeah.
Well, let's call it even.
The professor just sidles up to
Okay.
Eritrea, just like, what are they talking
Melody
about?
just
1,000
loses
gold
interest,
diamonds?
pulls out her scimitar, starts waving in the air, and everyone
Did the
goes sad.
same. I'm kind
What the hell's going on? Can't hear anything.
Man, I really do forget those things, don't I? Okay, well, I guess we're even. So
We got a-
400 from you guys, 600 from me. No, wait, before we do that, Melody, can you
Yeah, I can put
try
it
and
on.
charm her? Oh, I was gonna say, can you just try and charm her just a little bit and see if we can get them?
I don't think magic works here like that.
I was
I
just going to
think-
use sort of my natural, my natural charm and charisma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
like a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like I told your friend here, the more you bundle, the cheaper it gets.
Well, if we're to bundle the whole and the bag of holding together, would you sell those both to us for 1050?
I'll sell both of those to you for, let's say, 1,100 gold.
It seems like you have relatively few opportunities to sell the portable whole.
There might be some.
Oh, now you're being charming. Give me a persuasion check.
There might be something in it.
I'm gonna do my last channel divinity, just to make sure. If it's below a 10, I roll a 10. Oh, it's a 17. So that's a 24.
Fine. You drive a hard bargain. 1,050 it is.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You guys are now in possession of the portable hole and the bag of holding.
So how much money do they lose just so I can make sure
600.
that I hate this?
It would be 550 because we bought the two for 1050. We're
And
all
we-
500.
I can feel this in my blood.
Thank you, Karina.
I have never been in more
you can
pain
feel it
playing
in
this
your
game.
blood. You can feel it in your blood. That blood that's still pumping.
I'd
You
rather be
absolutely
dead.
can feel it in your blood.
I'd rather I'd be dead. Anyway,
So our shop has to do real well because we What if we haven't paid it back? I can't remember where we are in our
At the rate we're going, we were gonna be okay.
We're
Also,
doing,
I
we're
should
making
say-
like 100 gold a day or something.
Yeah. Also, I paid 500 of the thing on the house, so I think.
I thought I paid the whole thing.
Wait, no, I thought I did.
410. We still owe 410 gold.
Yeah, I think the whole group pitched in 100 gold.
I thought it was from the sale of that little.
Oh, it was half the sale of
Diamond
the diamond. Yeah, it was half the sale of the diamond that she pilfered. I mean, that she had.
My memory is
I
very
don't-
biased.
I don't remember. You
No, I
were
remember
totally
because I
right.
remember Karina had given Melody a diamond at some point during their journey through the city.
Yeah.
And she used that to buy some other things and then secure the first 500 gold down payment on
I don't
the
remember. I don't remember how
That
much I
was,
did. I just remember the feeling, the
spotted.
absolute pit in my stomach when I watched
Oh.
my gold plummet.
Yes.
So that's what I do remember.
But you remember that every time you go shopping.
I do. But also, Karina technically does not want to spend money on anything that does not help her find Karina. So
That's fair.
technically, that's her goal.
Well, you're Karina's the one trying to get this stone hidden away somewhere.
That's true. Okay, well, I'll stop complaining. We can go back to playing. I'll get over it.
Okay, Laura Bailey.
Also, I'm gonna ask her if she has anything in the vein of paints, of magical paints.
I have illusionary paints. I have those.
What do illusionary paints do?
They can create minor illusions.
Oh. Do you have anything that would help somebody find somebody who has gone missing?
I do have a compass of locate person.
What is that?
Basically, you hold it and you think the more familiar you are with the person, and if you have anything that represents them or something that they used to carry or have on their person, you think about that person and it will detect them within up to a mile.
Up to a mile. How much is this?
500 gold.
Well, I'm gonna do the rounds, but if it's still around when I'm back, I might ask you about this again.
Sure.
Oh, right, Miss Mel.
Yeah, just call me Mel.
Right, Mel. Sorry.
It's short for Melanie, in case you're confused.
Yeah, no, I got it. My, it's just I'm so comfortable calling everybody Miss and you know this, that, and the other. So
Yeah, you seem awkward enough, but it's fine.
thank you.
We're all smugglers here.
Right. So Tinker's tools. Now the lady down the way said you may have something in the ways of tinkering tools that I might be able to pick up as
I
well.
have a tinker's workbench that you can keep at home, or I have a portable traveling tinker's kit.
Right. Which one's cheaper?
The traveling kit. It offers you +1 on your difficulty checks when using it, and has enough material in it for very basic work.
And how much would that run me?
50 gold.
Right. Well. Okay. Let me scrounge around, see what I can pick up for that one. Otherwise, I may have to come back next time.
Give me a persuasion check on that.
Okay. Ooh, 19 plus 5, 24.
Well, you and your friends did spend a chunk of money. 30 gold.
30. All right. Well, I think I can work that one out. I'm gonna start pulling teeth out, and there we got a gold tooth back there. Hang on. I got a gold tooth back here somewhere. Right there. 30.
Karina is in the background. Hey, I thought you had only 150.
I'm scrounging. Come on now.
Just like putting it down in the interest section.
It is interesting, isn't it?
She picks up the gold tooth and just very disdainfully puts it into a jar and slides it on over to you.
You know, it melts down all the same.
Yes, it requires work. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That was sarcasm. Never mind. Does anybody else require anything?
I got 22 gold, so time to go home.
I'm pretty broke.
Actually, I'm gonna ill-advisingly spend one of my spell slots to try and do rap sense and see if I sense any additional portals within this space.
The spell does not work.
Well, do I still waste my spell
No,
slot?
you try to like invoke the ability to do it, and it's just like nothing even begins to happen.
Okay, I'm just gonna run around the booths real quick and ask for magic paints, anything that has to do with the painter that we're following, and anything that has to do with something that might help me find someone, or the Raven Queen. I'm not gonna try to be too charming about it. I'm just running around trying to get, or
Well, say for the entirety of your effort, give me a persuasion check.
oh my god, I'm rolling really bad today. It's 12, but I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Oof, that's 14.
You spend some time running around just doing some like last minute checking, trying to see if there's anything else out there. Most of what's out there is either for localized purposes. You find some other people selling the illusionary paint, but you get the feeling that might be very common since it's only minor illusion. And there's no real sense that there's anything about the Raven Queen here. In fact, a couple of the merchants feel a little nervous about even the conversation or the idea of having any kind of religious item within this place. You get the feeling that everything here is probably stolen, fenced, or smuggled to a certain degree. So probably you get the feeling that people stay away from religious artifacts. Is the vibe that you get.
Karina, you do have a griffin following you around. So they are intelligent beasts. Like you might be like, hey man, keep an eye out. Not that metagaming, not at all.
No, not at all.
Just remember, Seagull's metagaming at all.
No, true. Hey, Trauma. Did any booths
Yes?
catch your attention while we were looking around?
Well, I do have a natural aura of detect magic. There are a few things. Almost everything these people have been speaking to seems to be quite accurate. Well, not really. I feel like you are in the Walmart of the smuggling market, if you get my meaning.
I understand. Have you seen a booth that looks like the magical equivalent of a bargain bin?
No, I would imagine everything here has a bargain bin somewhere.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the cheapest looking booth.
Little goblin sitting behind the table. It's got like 4 or 5 wooden boxes just filled with random stuff. I'm going to give you an opportunity here. See if something happens. That'll probably be my only natural 20 of the night.
I hate this. No, somebody help. Let's switch places real quick.
Maybe it's good.
There, as you're rummaging in these bins, you pull out a silver locket that says Karina on it.
Shit.
Yeah, you could have that for a silver. I found it at a rummage sale. So if you give me a silver for it, you can have it.
What rummage sale?
Oh, you know how the smolder spire almost like completely fell off the side of the mountain. Evidently lots of innocent people were killed, and lots of things going on. Well, in the debris, they kind of find all these things, and they kind of put it all in a big pile, and we bid on it. I bought 3 crates worth of the stuff.
Oh man, can I see more of those crates? Are they all located in the same area?
They're right in front of you.
Okay, thanks, man.
That's all the rummage stuff. You just rummage in there, find what you want, and pay a silver.
Can I open the lockets to see what's inside?
Yeah, it's a picture of Karina.
Well, fuck. Okay.
It's a painted, like a pastel stenciled painted picture of Karina, and you recognize it.
Damn it. Okay. I look very carefully into this pile of stuff.
Yeah. Give me another investigation check, if you would, please. You're the only one that got a good backstory roll while in Darwin's place. I roll for everybody and leave it to Karina to get a natural 20.
At the bargain.
Everybody else I was getting 5s and 6s and 2s and a 9. I have to get a 10 or higher for a backstory arc. So
I got a 20.
20. There is a familiar looking silver bracelet. There is also a familiar looking silver signet ring, both of them bearing engravings of Karina's name on them. The signet ring underneath its plate, and the inside of the bracelet has her name on there as well.
Oh my god. Do I see anything else there that would indicate other people who might have been, close to that person?
Nope, not a thing. Just a couple items that have her name engraved on the items.
Man. Can you give me the exact location of that bargain? Because I'm kind of a thrifter.
I don't. You walk out of Darwin's place, you turn left, you go down to where all the destruction was, and that's where I was. I don't know.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
One more question.
Are you buying all 3?
Do you have any armor?
Sure. He reaches down, picks up a pot, like an iron pot, put it on your head, keep you from getting cracked in the noggin.
I mean, better than what I currently have, but a pass.
Oh no, sorry.
Any magical things you don't really know what they do, and you just kind of sell them blindly?
Well, why would you say that to me? That's kind of mean.
I meant it in a nice way.
I don't think you did. But no, I don't know. I just sell simple stuff. I get at the rummages. That's what I do.
Understood. Well, I give him the silver and I give him a little extra as a kind of thank you.
Oh, thanks. That's great. Thanks. Uncle Darwin will. He's been teaching me how to do all this. So he says, go out there, stick to it, and you never know what'll happen. And you know what? Thank you. Yeah.
Is Darwin kind of very hands-on here?
Yeah, he runs the place.
Does he kind of vet all of the sellers or kind of
they all have to kind of make it through the zone of truth to make sure they're not too shady or trying to pull a fast one over Uncle Darwin. But for the most part, yeah, they that's what he does.
And do you mean uncle in a kind of vague mentor way, or is he actually your uncle?
Oh no, he's my uncle.
Oh man. That's awesome. Well, tell him.
You kind of say it like maybe we don't breed. I mean, we do.
No. I mean, it's just kind of a small world to encounter his family. But tell him we say hi.
It's a family business. You don't get out much, do you? You're kind of probably left in a small room somewhere, kind of left to your own devices.
Sometimes. Well, either way, tell him we say, thank you, and he runs a fabulous space.
You bet. I'll tell him what he already knows. That sounds great.
Ciao. And then, very naturally, she walks away.
I'm not hungry. She's a weird. Oh, pretty bird. Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
Pretty bird? What do you mean, pretty bird?
The griffin.
She turns around. Oh, okay. There are so many
speaking of bird attention spans.
There are so many shady birds in this game. I don't know what to think. Okay, I'm gonna go back to her and I'm gonna spend that 500 on that compass.
Okay. Compass of locate person up to a mile.
Is that something that I can find in the inventory, or do I need to add it in manually?
You have to add it.
Fair, very fair. My notes are definitely organized.
Tally's like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
No.
At this point, you feel like it's midday. At this point, you guys went in the evening or during the morning? I forget.
I think it was early afternoon
I think it was early afternoon. So it's still it's pretty much midday at this point.
Well, I'm feeling pretty beat, so I'm gonna go. Bye. And again, very naturally, she leaves.
Yeah, she just kind of saunters out the threshold portal and she's gone.
I would like to take a look at this hole.
Should we take it back to our place?
Yeah,
I think
I'm curious what might still be in here, if any.
Okay.
Right.
And we should get back to the place.
Yeah,
we should get back there ASAP, just in case, someone has been rummaging around our shop for any reason.
Fair. Yeah. So
the four of you are heading back to the Prancing Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but Professor, are we flying back on Old Glory here, or are you gonna give us a ride?
I mean, I'm perfectly happy for Brightquill here to give you guys a lift. That's why I summoned her. That's fine. Are you okay with that, my dear?
I'm sure I can. I could take your satyr friend and your friend that pulls out teeth feels a bit too edgy for me. I'll take the pretty one instead.
You get used to it. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, damn.
Perfectly hygienic. It's fine.
I don't think that's hygienic at all.
I'm aware it is. I'm aware I am not in the selection board. This is. I would recommend you do this. This may impact your ability to get tenure. I'm just saying that.
This happens every time you summon me. You speak a language that I just simply don't understand. Melody,
I don't know why the
ride
university
back to
gave me a flying mount. That was. I'm an Aarakocra. I'm trying to make you feel, valued and useful. What would you rather do, my dear?
Go back to eating rats and badgers, squirrels. Quite yummy.
Oh, I've seen some rather large rats here. Could you maybe? Thorn, that's a brilliant idea. Why don't I talk to the city guard or some of the custodial services about maybe hiring out Brightquill here? I'm setting up an arch enemy for Scrat.
Yeah, big rat walking around. Not like, and I'm looking over at the lady that they were talking to earlier.
Violet,
yeah. Yeah, like big rats walking around. Yeah. Like real nervous though, because we're talking about chasing down rats and eating them, and there's
the
one.
Griffin leans in. Now I know you're pretty simple. At least that's what Professor Jalbatross tells me. He says that you come from a backwater swamp that has a population of 3, and they're all related. I can assure you, I know the difference between a mousefolk and a rat, so she's quite safe. You, on the other hand, need more teeth. Because if you keep pulling teeth out like that, you're going to have a bit of a problem with your gums, constant bleeding, and all the things that come with that.
Nah, watch in the morning. I'll show you. It grows back. It's pretty cool.
No, that's gross.
All of you.
And the griffin walks away.
I feel I need to explain. I never told her that. She can just read my surface level. Wait, that doesn't make it better.
All right, Professor. I know the haughty toddies when I see them.
High intelligence, low wisdom. Yes.
Oh my God, his daughter's tormenting him again. I can always tell. Let's go ahead and take our 5-minute break now, and when we come back, we'll do the second half.
Gremlins, man.
Those sticky wickets.
Like, hey guys, it's bedtime. Cool. Now I want to come over and put my hands in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's the best opportunity. It's so funny. My youngest son, he is so talkative now. It's like he talks so well. It's great. Like 5-word sentences.
Yep.
And, it's like a trigger went on. He's been doing speech therapy. And ever since speech therapy, which Callista's been doing an amazing job with that schedule, it's like turning on a light bulb. Just this switch got turned on. Because, after his assessment to get into speech therapy, he was about 12 to 16 months behind in his speech. But he signs so well. He does all the baby signs, the toddler signs, and he could even do "I love you." He'd do "I love you" and open, and he understood everything we were saying to him for the most part, but he couldn't verbalize it all back to us, except for maybe simple words. And now it's like, what you doing, Dada? So it's like he's finally doing like, he's being inquisitive and doing all the things that we've been waiting for him to finally do. It's been amazing. It's been awesome.
My cousin's son had he had something like with his tongue. Issue with his tongue, but he would jabber and all kinds of stuff, but he couldn't enunciate. Right. And he had surgery on his tongue, and now he's like a million words a minute. But he was behind because he couldn't make the words.
There's an actual medical name for that. It's where the connective tissue under your tongue is too far forward. So it pulls, it's like twisted tongue or something like that. Where if it's too far forward, they have to go in and cut it to get it to heal further back. So it allows the tongue to fully kind of, do its thing. So
articulate. Yeah.
Yeah. Tongue tie. That's what it was called. Tongue tie. I was looking at the chat, and Callista's like, tongue tie, because she's watching right now. She's probably going, when are you getting home to make dinner? I'm hungry. Her dad, Peter, is down from Vancouver until Wednesday. So
all right.
That's been kind of fun. And he's working on on our kitchen, although I'll be doing all the cooking.
Eric is furiously pounding away at the
I know that click.
Hey, I'm sorry, the mic on this thing is
sensitive.
Apparently very sensitive to me typing, so yeah, apologies.
Pretend they're marbles in your bag.
Well, I have to issue an apology because I look back at my notes and I think I paid for the wares, but I did not pay for the apartment. Sorry.
I knew you had used the diamond for something. I just couldn't remember if it was for the Prancing Senator storefront or if it was for the wares. I couldn't remember the two.
Oh, mine was definitely.
We said we were going to gaslight everybody. What the hell? Why did you
Right, it's like, where the fuck up the convention?
Honestly, my notes are so bad you would have gotten away with it all this time.
Hey, look, my diamond went to pay for Corinna to come back alive. Okay?
Yeah, that's
true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Went, so.
Technically, I'm indebted, I guess.
I think Tally Meta and Karina sarcasm kind of gets a little too blended sometimes. So.
It's when it comes to like spending money that the two of us really meet in the middle.
I can really relate to you now.
So, Karina, where are you heading off to since these four are heading back to the Prancing Centaur at this point?
I'm gonna go to the Smolder Spire and I'm gonna see if I can use the compass right away to
the Ember Spire.
The Ember Spire.
That's okay. I keep doing it too.
And see if I can if this person appears on the compass.
So you're currently already on the Ember Spire because the Darwin's shop is located in the abandoned warehouses of the backside of the Ember Spire. You make your way. You kind of, let the others go ahead first. They get to the gondola landing and start taking off back towards the Core Spire and the Fate Walk Bridge, because the part of the Ember Spire you want to investigate is over by the gondola landing. That gondola landing still isn't quite being used that much because of the damage, but the entire area is like under repair, like these 3-story scaffoldings and people all kind of like people doing repair work and contract work, and just like it's a busy environment of people working. You can even see a dwarven kind of engineer kind of guiding and working with everybody. Give me a perception check as you just kind of look around the area, glance around the area.
Can I do investigation maybe?
It'll take more time, and you may be more obvious if you do investigation.
I'll start with
up to you. You can do either one. You can do either one if you want. So, like, keep in mind, investigation is the equivalent of 20 to 30 minutes of effort, and then perception is very much like a quick, like 1 minute glance of an area. That's why there's such a deviation in what you get from doing those two skills.
I think she's planning on using the rest of the amount of time she has that day just going back and forth and looking. So investigation might be okay.
Works. Yeah.
Ooh, 25.
Nice. One of the building structures that's currently under repair is an inn. The sign has been blackened and taken down. The front of the place is kind of been collapsed inward, but the debris pile has been kind of stacked up nearby. And for some reason, you're kind of just checking out the area, and your mind, like your hand is wrapped around the compass, and you're thinking about this Karina, and you're thinking about finding those pieces of jewelry, and you feel the compass kind of begin to vibrate in your hand.
Holy shit. Okay, I look at it.
You hold it up. It creates an illusionary point of light that points into the interior of the burnt out inn.
I'm gonna kind of summon my crow, so I'm at least not alone in this, and I'm gonna run in.
Yeah, he pops in. Yes, bitch. Whoa, where are you going? It kind of like goes flying after you as you go into the inn really quick.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find that dot.
You start looking around. The lower floor is showing lots of debris and damage that have been neatly kind of stacked up and getting ready to be pulled out. You see that the explosion and fire had coursed up into the second story, and this whole inn is kind of like built into the foundation of the spire itself. So as you like, no one's working here right now. You follow it deeper into the framework of the inn, and that's when you realize you're more now in the stone structure, like the part that's carved out and into the stone spire itself of the smolder spire. I did it, Ember Spire. You see a set of stone stairs that go up to the backside of the inn, and you can see that the point of light is kind of leading you up towards that section.
Okay, I'm holding the feather that the Raven Queen gave me. I'm just running straight ahead to it.
Yeah, you're kind of heading up those stairs, and then you hear, your passive perception's good enough that you could hear people talking up above. It sounds like a lot of voices. They seem to be arguing about a place to hide.
Damn, okay. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
which affords your raven to travel invisible with you as well because of your connection. And you hear this mental connection. What's that? I think I hear something. Would you like me to fly up ahead? See what I see?
Yes, please.
You kind of stop like a third away from the top of the stairs. The raven silently kind of coasts up above the stairs, finds a little rocky perch of the long hallway up above, and he comes back quickly. There's two very shady-looking individuals in front of a door. I can hear other people inside. Don't know who they are, but they look rather rough and tough.
How small is your smallest form?
I mean, I can become a fly. You know, if you want me to, I could do it. But unfortunately, you know, flies aren't always really good at communicating.
If you can become a fly and enter beneath the door, see what's going on and come back to me. Or communicate with me telepathically if you can, after you manage to get inside.
I think I could do it. I'll give it a go. He kind of turns into a little fly, buzzes around your face and hits your nose a couple times, and then buzzes back up down the hallway. And have him give me a stealth check with advantage because he is technically invisible.
And he's also a fly. Does that stack up advantages or no?
No, not necessarily.
I don't think I have stats for him. Does he just have my stats?
I thought he does. I think he does Raven stats basically.
Oh, what are Raven stats?
I thought we gave you one, didn't we?
I'm sorry, my notes are so bad.
I think it's pinned. I think it's pinned in the chat.
It might be. Let me double check. No, I still have to. That's the pseudo dragon that's still pinned there. I haven't cleaned that up. I could have sworn we gave you one, but you guys are so chatty Cathy, I can't go find it right now. So
is it just what would be on the D&D Beyond?
Yeah, you
site?
can use the. Yeah, you could use D&D Beyond. Type in Raven. That'll give you a dex stat that you need.
Yeah, it's going to be +2. It's a 14.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20 +2.
Ooh,
I'm not going to use the advantage then.
You're like, that's never going to happen again. I finally found an image that I like for your Raven. It took me a while.
Aww. How ugly is he from 1 to 10?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's
Perfect.
sweet.
I love that.
That's so cool.
That's why I want to shoot it all the time.
That's my baby.
Still want to shoot it.
I'm trying to. There's a way I could flip that. Oh, that duh. Sorry, give me a sec. I really like this image. I really like the way it came out. So.
Oh
Yeah, that's gnarly.
That's pretty much the way he looks. The fly makes it inside. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, comes back and turns back into evil and sits on your shoulder. It's just, it's a young girl that looks a lot like you in there. She's bound. There's 8 very dangerous looking individuals. One of them, I think, is a caster of magic spells, mistress. There's too many for us here, eh? They look very dangerous.
Please go to the Prancing Centaur and call the rest of the party.
Are you sure?
I think it's time. I think it's time.
Okay.
We're not going to have a chance like this again.
He goes flying down the stairs, out the front, and starts heading towards the Prancing Pony. Back at the Prancing Pony, you guys have arrived from the gondola ride, and you're down in the downstairs of your shop. Binder sees you come in and kind of, he always has a habit of tipping his cool hat that he got and puts it on and kind of waves at all of you as you come in. And you're back at the Prancing Centaur. Where would you like to go, or what would you like to do?
I think we should mess around with this hole.
Right. So she said she wasn't sure what was in the hole, so perhaps we should take it up on the roof. God forbid we let something out that ravages the place.
I think you're onto something, Foreign.
Plus,
Okay.
I figured out how to get up on the roof. Corinna and I chasing them bugs the other night. So,
Show us the way.
Right. So we scamper up on the roof, and all right. Now, what was that word she said when we popped open this thing?
Did she say a magic word?
I can't remember.
Oh, she said something.
No, she just invoked the magic hole. It's the portable hole. It's a pretty simple invocation.
So I flop it out, lay it on the thing, and okay, I can go in first. Y'all okay with this?
Yeah.
All right.
Right ahead, sir.
And I'm just gonna jump like onto the hole.
You guys watch as Foreign jumps onto the hole and he disappears. Now that the portable hole is fully activated by someone entering it, you can actually see the light outward, right? So you can see Eritrea and Melody looking down at you. They can't really see what's in the hole, but you can see what's in the hole, but they can see you. You start looking around the hole, and that's when the smell hits you. Like this rotting, vile, corpse-like smell.
Y'all not gonna like the smell. You know, woo, it's
Oh my god, she totally knew it was in this hole. She for sure knew.
I'm glad we opened it up here. And not
Could you see anything?
Back the whole shopping trip.
Can you see anything in there, or can you just smell it?
You got a light? I'll put my hand up out of the hole.
Well, I'll jump. Well,
no, don't jump it.
no, I'm coming in. I'll jump in and I'll cast light.
Yeah, as he lands, light goes. By the way,
Blast
who has the bag of,
Oh,
just really quickly, who's got the bag of holding?
I do, because I was the person making the deal.
Okay, so
that could
don't
have
jump
bad.
in the hole, Melody. It would be catastrophic.
It would be really cool.
A bag of holding going into a portable hole is the equivalent of 2 bags of holding, one being put inside of another. So,
All right, we will do that.
We would have really torn up Jrusar.
So, as you and Eritrea are now in the portable hole looking around, there are about 24 rotted corpses in the hole. They're still wearing like a lot of basic equipment. Their backpacks are in here. In fact, you could see coin pouches on their belts. You could see weapons of all sorts. It's almost like, Foreign and Eritrea, give me a medicine check as you kind of examine the piles of bodies in the portable hole. And it's only 100 square feet of space, so they're kind of piled up in a way to give enough room in the middle, but they're piled up along the edge of the hole. You know, the circumference of it.
That's a 14 for me.
I got 18.
They're in various states of decay. You get the feeling that somebody in the past was using the portable hole as a trap and would capture people, fold up the hole, because if Melody wanted to, she could fold up the hole right now and you guys wouldn't be able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the feeling somebody was using this as part of a trap. But whoever was using it never got a chance to kind of take advantage of what he had captured or they have captured. And now you're looking at 24 kind of random individuals that seem to have been maybe captured over the course of the 3 to 4 months of time. Some are more juicy and some are more desiccated. So there's variations to what they look like and how decayed they are.
You think the smell? You think the smell's gonna last?
So
Well,
I'm curious. Am I like perched at the top of the hole?
Yeah, you and Melody are on the top of the hole looking down.
Okay.
You were the one that kind of put your hand on Melody and said, just don't jump in. Big explosion, terrible occurrence. We'll wait to see what they find.
Okay. So I'm like, I
That
can
swamp thing's like, so please jump in.
I can cast a sacred flame down there, maybe burn off some of the putrescent aethers. I don't know that that's a good idea though.
No. I think we're just gonna start handing stuff out. Look if we can get it smell off this stuff. If we can get the smell off this stuff, we might be able to sell some.
So I'm gonna go help Binder mind the shop because it feels like you guys have this. And
you watch as Melody just climbs back down onto the veranda. And
wait! That's a great idea.
Thanks, please.
Binder, get Binder up here. Please get Binder up here. Oh my Lord. I hope nobody gags off of the fake vomit sound. I know people that do that. And if I was doing this, it would be like
kids,
actually dry heaving stuff.
Melody will go down and send Binder up, and I'll lock the shop.
Binder's on the veranda and comes back to the top of the stairs to look down at you. What would you like me to do? I do not have the ability to climb.
Oh.
Do we have some sort of ladder we can put in there to help us get out? Is that how this works at all?
Is Brightquill muscling her way up the stairs?
Well, Brightquill could just simply land on the
roof.
I would say she was already kind of or they were already kind of sitting there on the arch of the roof, just kind of watching you guys work the portable hole. Brightquill is just kind of just doing whatever they want to do because they can't follow Karina around anymore. They were told to follow Karina around, inside the smugglers market. She disappeared. So, Brightquill is just kind of watching you guys do your thing.
Right. This is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Professor, can you help Binder get in here to help us get this stuff out?
You're on mute, Professor. Uh-oh. Did Professor step away?
I'm right here. Okay, no, I'm good. Of course. Just pick him up, just pop him down.
Carry him up to the edge of the hole, and do you want him in the hole or on the edge of the hole?
I want him in the hole. I want him to be passing the stuff out so we can get out of the hole with the stink. It's bothering me.
I'll say he collects 18 backpacks, 10 coin purses, 5 long swords, 3 longbows, 2 short bows, 2 maces, 8 daggers, 3 sets of leather armor, 2 sets of studded leather armor. He recovers 4 cloaks and a set of chainmail armor as well. He also collects 18 pieces of jewelry.
That brings us up to 24 total pieces of jewelry with the ones that I found. So
yep.
All right. So, yeah. So
and it's all he's passing it up to you guys. And it's got sticky coagulated blood, little pieces of skin on it, and blood stained, and kind of passing it up, and you guys kind of set it down on the veranda so it's outside, not necessarily inside the prancing centaur.
Brightquill, once we finish it, would you mind just going up into I don't know, the lower stratosphere, just flying around, just air this stuff out for a little while? In fact, I never really bothered to check. Your bird, do you even have the sense of olfaction? Because a lot of us don't.
Do any of you know prestidigitation?
I mean, I don't. Oh, I do, but
Fine. The Brightquill sets themselves down on the veranda and just starts prestidigitating like all of the armor and the weapons and gradually getting it all clean. It'll take them another, 20, 30 minutes to get it done. At that point, Binder's lifted out of the hole. You guys kind of look, now that the hole's active, you look inside. It's just mostly the desiccated and kind of like juicy remains of the different corpses. And clothing and things that look like they're just too far gone to salvage.
You think if we started a fire in there that it would burn everything off?
I mean, I can try.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
I mean, this is nasty, and I don't know any other way to deal with it.
I understand. I'm a little bit worried about ruining our brand new hole. Again, that came out wrong.
I'm gonna reset my camera. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh no, but
Well, look, we're taking the fire into the hole. We're not lighting the hole itself on fire. We're not lighting the rug thing on fire.
I mean, I can do that. I can just fly down and just use Sacred Flame a lot.
Oh well, Binder. Hey, what do you know about portable holes?
I know they sell well.
I mean, you know anything about emptying them in a better way than having to take everything out by hand?
I am not familiar with the magical nature of portable holes.
I have an idea that's just stupid enough it might work. Give me a moment. I'm going to. Melly, would you mind terribly if I borrowed the portable hole for like 15 minutes or so?
The bag of
She's
holding.
downstairs.
No, the portable hole itself, like the actual.
Yeah, just
I'm
pick
sorry,
it up.
Earthen. I'm sorry, Kirk. Jesus Christ. I'll give it a
Thorn.
Thorn. But yeah.
No, go for it. Look, if you probably think of what I'm thinking, which was take it up in the air and turn it upside down and see what happens.
Exactly what I was thinking. I was going to do it.
Unfortunately, the portable hole doesn't quite work that way.
Right.
The portable hole to invoke its magic ability has to be laid down on a physical surface.
I still have an idea. I was going to take it down to the jungle level and find if I could find one of those like gigantic leaves, like a David Attenborough hiding behind it leaf. Just spread it out and then just go whoop.
Or you could tie it. We could tie it to Brightquill's back, and then have her fly upside down.
Are we not concerned that bodies will rain out of the hole?
Over the jungle. Where they get?
Yeah, I was going to do this in the jungle. Yes,
I love how it's the party girl. It's like, are we a little concerned about raining bodies?
Love to make it rain, but not that way.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a great vibe.
It's raining men and women and
Oh
other
no!
things. It's like that when they found the whale on the beach and like they tried to get to move and it finally blew up and
Yeah.
except it's just turned upside down and raining.
Well, I mean, I'm more in the camp of just burning the bodies. I would be worried about someone seeing us up to this. It might look a little
Lawful good.
It's a funeral pyre. I mean, it's all in the religious doctrine.
Yeah, we could take it down to the pyre down there and dump everything. Maybe find a way to dump everything out into the pyre.
I assume we've checked for like identifying stuff on these people and that we just have not seen
Not
it.
really. I mean, it was pretty cut and dry. Binder collected all the usable items and shuttled them up to everyone up top, and then
We can look
Brightquill
through
is
the
down there,
backpack.
kind of prestidigitating their cleaning everything up.
Mhm.
You notice that there are various degrees of decay that the bodies have gone through, and you get the feeling that there's probably some nefarious connection to the portable hole, but there's not been any attempt to identify anyone.
Forgot. Can I detect magic now? I can detect magic. I'm gonna cast detect magic while we're looking at all this.
Okay.
Just to see if any of those items that we pulled out are pinging magical at all.
Okay, so you're down on the veranda with Bright Quill and
Yep.
kind of with detect magic out, checking to see if anything's magical. Okay. Melody's down. Melody and Binder have gone down to the front of the shop, leaving. Karina's not come back yet, but leaving Jabaltros and Air Trio back up on the edge. The two of you, are you going to just burn the bodies at this point, or what do you want to do?
Well, I want to. Did we? Were we told how much coin was in the coin purses?
No,
Not yet. No, not yet.
all kind of been collected, cleaned up, and put in piles on the veranda for investigation.
Should we pop the stone into the hole and then go through the backpacks
I'd like
eliminate
to get the dead stuff out of there first. It's very awful smell.
Oh,
I
Edward,
think. But can you press to digitate me? I feel like I still smell it.
Sure. Takes a moment and quickly takes like a couple minutes to clean you up.
Thank you, sir.
Can't press to digitate that smell out of your nostrils.
Right.
Sometimes the dead linger for longer than you like.
This is very thoughtful. In a very odd way. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Thorn. Forgive. You seem like the kind of I don't want to say rank scallywag, but person of interesting morals and experience that you might have. Do you know where we might be able to source a mimic? I feel like having a mimic in the bottom of the hole, just as like, hey, that's all it is. Don't look at this rock over here. I'm just saying, it's foolproof.
Would the mimic survive in the hole, though?
They do require air as part of their ability to live. Eventually,
then we just have
a bag
dead...
of holding can run out of air in a couple minutes. A portable hole could probably give you enough air for up to 15 minutes.
But if I was looking for a mimic, I'd probably go right back to where we were, Darwin. He had a lot of weird stuff there. Honestly, I'm surprised this hole's not a mimic.
Well, I don't even know if we have enough coin for
that. Buying a mimic may not be as difficult as you think. Sometimes they could be gifted.
Yeah.
They're little chaotic buggers, aren't they?
Right. So if you guys are cleaning up the body, I'm going to try and see what we got here. See if I can find some identifying marks, perhaps, or any magic stuff showing up.
Whoever's handling the bodies, give me another. This time, give me an investigation check. Forn, as you cast detect magic, one of the pieces of jewelry, a ring, is magical. The chainmail armor is magical, and one of the long swords is magical as well.
All right. I got a 13 on an investigation check on that. So
okay,
for the bodies.
Okay. 6 and a 6. They're pretty far gone as far as recognition. The one that looks to be the most recent is a female body that looks to be humanoid. Her face is a little bit intact. She still has like all of the remains of her bloody clothes on her. However, you recognize a familiar tattoo near the flesh on her neck of the Hubatt Corsairs.
Right.
She looks like she's been in the hole now for maybe 2 months.
All right. So I'm going to kind of communicate that to the other people there. I also
Air Trio is the only one with you.
Okay. So I was going to turn to him and be like, well, Trio, I kind of feel like our initial plan might have been a bit short-sighted. What I might do, if you feel up to going back and talking to our companions, I might separate the bodies into species and try to deal with them as their typical funerary customs would normally indicate. I will not dispose of the Hubatt Corsair that I've discovered here. I believe we may wish to involve them, see what they know, but I feel after everything else we've gone through here, that would be a show of respect for them, at the very least.
As a man of religion, I can respect that wish. I'll communicate everything. Do we want... was Brightquill the one that was doing prestidigitation?
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does the smell bother you down here, Jalbatros?
I'm somewhat used to it.
I'm more than happy to get Brightquill down here to try to unstinkify everything. So I'll head back up. Is just Born on the roof right now?
Forn's down on the veranda. Brightquill has finished all the cleanup and has flown back up onto the roof, and it's kind of stretched out on the arch of the roof and kind of lounging in the weather. Melody's down on the ground floor with Binder still running the shop.
All right. Well, I'll listen. Brightquill. I believe Jalbatros needs a little bit of hand in the hole, if you don't mind.
Oh, finally, I get to eat the bodies. He gets up on all fours, goes to the edge of the hole. Yes, sir, what do you require?
Would you mind helping me gather the bodies we have here? I understand they're not in much of a state. I just want to group them by species, if at all possible. I feel like we owe it to them to at least attempt their species' traditional funerary rites. Other than this one, I'm assuming human woman. I love how I'm leaning and gesticulating as though my camera's on. This human woman. We will save her for last. She's apparently a member of the Hubatt Corsairs, but it rubs me the wrong way. Just
where am I supposed to take them? Are you just going to?
No. I just wish you to take them, to bring them up out of the hole. Maybe knock off the worst of the stench and help.
18 corpses on the roof of your establishment.
Oh, I assumed we were going to maybe you are.
Maybe they could be organized
at a time. What would you like me to do with them? I suppose I could eat them if you're in desperate need.
I just want to. Could you at least maybe get a count or sort them while you're down there?
No, I don't care about dead bodies. That's your thing, not my thing. I'm supposed to carry your friends, carry your stuff, and lounge on the roof. I'm not interested in carrying dead bodies for you.
You see him just pinching the bridge of his, I would say nose, but beak, just this is why I don't call on you.
Well, this is why I have great moments in the Feywild, because I don't get called upon.
How do you have moments in the Feywild?
That's where I'm from, of course. I'm a magical steed.
But it's gone. The Fey is destroyed. How? What?
What do you mean it's destroyed? How else would you summon me?
What?
Melody, my dear, are you still down there?
Down here, what's up?
Oh, would you mind? Could you relate that again to Miss Melody here? I'm going to leave you to talk, and that's. I feel like you might need to explain some things.
He watches the Griffin comes padding down the stairs and into the front of the shop, causing two of the shoppers to kind of look over in terror, and the griffin goes, "How do you do? Pleasure to meet you." And they just kind of guffaw and look. And Professor Jabaltros asked me to relay the fact that I'm from the Feywild.
From the Feywild? Like, when were you last there?
He summoned me today, so I guess I was there up until the point he summoned and brought me in, of course.
But the Feywild is gone.
I don't know what you mean. The Feywild is gone. It's never always there for me. I come from there. You could strike a dagger into my heart and kill me, and I go back there, and he can resummon me again if he chooses.
And nothing's ever changed in the Feywild. It feels the same as it always has.
Oh, I don't know. I mostly just perch on my tree and watch the grass and the crystal mountains. I don't really do much other than that. Although, come to think of it, I don't get very many visitors anymore. I don't really travel far from where I live in the Feywild. Never really had a notion of it. Huh. That's something I've been thinking about for some time now. But you say you think it's destroyed?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was. That's what we've been told, is that it's gone. I don't understand.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't necessarily know where any of the gates are, but I mean, we could always find a spell of planeo travel, and I can show you where I live.
That would be great. I would love that. You live? You said you live in a tree?
Yes, it's not a tree like here. I mean, it's quite colorful and made of stone and crystal and other things. But yes, I live in a crystal geyser tree. That's my home.
I think Melody's.
I call my home Paramore.
Paramore.
Yes.
Oh. Well, is Forn? Just like
at one point, like Forn's like kind of cataloging all the stuff, and then gets up and comes walking down to the shop.
I will pick up the 3 magic items though and bring them with me.
Okay.
We can sell the rest of that stuff. These are magic. We might hold on to them. I don't know what they do, but
the ring is kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Why am I always the last one to loot?
I
need it the most.
Because you got enough money
wandered off into another abandoned building looking for Karina.
You've
hoping to find loot.
You've successfully looted some backstory for yourself.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, what'd you call me for?
The Breakquill says she's from the Feywild, and she was there this morning.
I call my home Paramore.
What? Paramore?
You call the whole land Paramore, or just the place where you live?
Where I am, just where I go. I guess I don't know.
Can I roll a history on that?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Or would it be, I would say history or Arcana, but
yeah, either or, whichever one.
It's a good history roll. That's a 19 for history.
Yeah, Paramore is known as a nomenclature or a naming place of a Fey pocket.
Oh.
Breakwill's probably from a fractured remain of the Feywild. But he doesn't seem to understand that the Feywild's destroyed.
Breakwell. So
yeah,
when you go back,
yes,
everything seems the same.
Pretty much. But I don't travel far from my home. I linger in my Paramore tree, and whenever Professor calls me, I come and help him.
Are you there by yourself?
Mostly, of course, yes. I prefer an independent living. Roommates suck.
Right. I mean, but like other griffins, it's it must be a large tree, but
there's other small creatures within Paramore that exist around me, but I never travel beyond my boundaries or my borders. I've never had a cause or a reason to.
How about shimmerlings?
Oh, I've never seen one of those before.
Right.
I wonder if I could call something else from the Fae.
Well, Bright Quill, I don't. You don't understand it, but I don't know how to really tell it. But the Fae is destroyed. This Paramore.
Oh,
It's like a
so ridiculous. The Feywild can't be destroyed. That's impossible.
Why? It's happened before.
What do you mean? It's Feywild's been there forever. It's always been there. You have the Shadowfell on one side of the duality, and you have the Feywild on the other. We are always in conflict. The very nature of our existence. The emotional connection I have with Professor Jalbatross feeds me with a sense of worth and energy and power whenever I'm in my home Paramore. Of course the Feywild's still there. Makes no sense.
No, Bright Quill. I'm afraid not. There ain't no Feywild still there. It's like you're in a piece, like you're in a shard of the Feywild.
But if there's
Melody, what if we could find? I think we're thinking the same thing. Yeah. What if we could find pieces of the Feywild, and if we could find how to get to Paramore outside of obviously this plane of travel, especially given this our rather large and incubating companion back here, I'd rather not have that travel with it.
Take one of my feathers as a tuning fork, cast the spell, and it'll take you to where I live.
Oh, you're going to give your feathers away?
I don't mind. It's a single feather. I've got many more.
Well, all right then. I'll let you pick it. I don't want to. Perhaps I grab the one that you like.
Can we get a chest feather though? Those are really pretty.
Of course. Everybody look away. She's grabbing my chest. You pluck an 8-inch long chest feather off. All you got to do is find someone that has the spell abilities, and we can travel together.
Right.
Keep in mind, if I die here, I go back, and then Jalbatross has to resummon me again.
Right. But something still seems off about this.
What could it possibly be off about a magical summoned steed griffin just helping you prestidigitate blood-covered objects after you pulled or found corpses inside of a portable hole? What could possibly be off about all this?
Is my detect magic still up?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. It's still up.
Is Bright Quill ringing anything?
Bright Quill's a summoned steed, so it's whatever school of magic that Jalbatross would use to summon them. I think it's through their divinity that they're able to do it. So it's divinity magic that's kind of coming off his form.
Okay, but nothing unusual though. Just
no.
Still pretty okay. All right. Melody, we got a puzzle now. Should we send word to your sister?
I don't know. It feels like if there's a piece of the Fae left, maybe there are other pieces and they could be knit together. I wonder if she already knows. But maybe we should tell her.
I also wonder about, I haven't seen many griffins around, but if it's anything like they treat the satyrs, I may think that our friend Brightquill may not want to stick around to notice them.
My understanding of the material plane, there are griffin creatures that exist in your world here. However, being a magical steed summoned from Paramore, I have a different existence, so to speak.
What's your shape when you're back in your tree in the Fae?
What I am now, of course. Only a bit more colorful, translucent, quite stunning, actually, as opposed to these plain colors when I'm here.
Like the butterflies. Like I as a part of a Fey Wanderer, like I have these like things, and I have like butterflies that will pop around me every once in a while.
Very similar to that, yes.
Right. We're gonna have to talk some more. We gotta figure out a way to get to Paramore. But right now, we gotta hide that stone.
Yeah, you guys done with the bodies, or is that still in process?
Well, you
was
called me away
asking
from
her
it. I'm
to
not
fly down
sure.
the. It felt wrong to me to just treat all of them the same. I was asking her to go down and help me sort them into species so that we could carry out appropriate funerary rites.
I assume you want me to put pins in their hands and arms and display them for dissection and
No, it just
and display. Are you
I'm
a
geologist. Why
culturist
would I do
now?
that?
You daft professor.
I'm an archaeologist. Why would I want to? I just wanted you to be like, okay, the orcs and half orcs go over there. The elves are in this pile. I'm pretty sure that was a gnome. It's more of a smear
Well,
at
first
this
of all,
point.
I'm colorblind, and if it doesn't have 4 legs, I have no idea what it is.
How-
It might as well be
I
oatmeal
have
and
questions.
ham.
I understand. I am not a biologist. I am an archaeologist. You have the front half of an eagle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. A bird of prey renowned for their vision. And you are colorblind.
Well,
I'm sorry. Did the cat gene? Did you get the shit cat genes in the front? Like, how does that work?
Oof.
well,
The professor is so mad.
Just attacking
like
this
we all have
being.
time circling giant trash piles at the beach.
Access your anger, Professor. Go with this to the end. Attack the...
As has been explained to you at great length, I am an albatross. I do not typically hang around beaches. And fine, you know what? You'll make fun of me for this, and I don't care. If for no other reason that landing is more of a controlled crash, and I don't like doing it in front of high school students. It is extremely traumatic. I did it twice.
Oh.
Well, that definitely proves my point.
Wait, can we dive more into that backstory, please?
Professor's quite vulnerable right now.
I mean, I'll gladly help you pull the corpses out of the portable hole, lay them out on the roof, and carry them down to wherever you need them to go. I'm fine.
I don't think Grung would like that.
That seems kind of bad for business, you guys. I don't think we should do
That
corpse
seems like a
murder.
bad.
That was your original idea.
Hey.
I'm just following up with what you wanted.
I'm book smart. What do you want?
Somebody to summon me with a bit more charisma.
Oh.
He might be
My
murdered for
charisma's actually
real.
very
Oh,
high.
no.
And the griffin just, Brightquill just kind of walks away and curls up into like a ball around the chimney. I'm tired. I'm taking a nap.
Maybe it's hungry.
His little head pops up.
No. She's always been like this. I'm not entirely sure why the faculty assigned me a steed. They knew I was an Aarakocra, but
I mean, it's not like you answered your own question though about that being afraid to land.
No. That's on water. It's if I'm going over like large bodies of water, if I'm carrying things, I have a very okay. Honestly, that's why I'm so bulked up. That I can just kind of do it, and it basically turns into a dive roll. It turns into essentially a dive roll every time, and people just assume that it was on purpose. So there, fine. You have my embarrassing backstory. All of you, it's like if you enter my class, I'm giving you demerits.
As this conversation's going on, Eritrea, Jarvaltros are up there with Brightquill doing this conversation. Melody is back down with Binder. Foreign is back up to the veranda, kind of resorting everything. where Brightquill has kind of stretched in the sun over by the chimney. Brightquill stares at something, and you watch as this hideous-looking crow lands on the chimney, and it looks like it's about to speak, and then Brightquill eats it.
Whoa!
No!
Ah!
No way.
No!
Oh, I'm going into this
Does anyone
solo. Pray
see
for
it?
me.
Someone stop Breakquill.
Are you okay? That thing looked diseased.
But it's well cured. It tastes great. I like a little bit of rot in my flesh. Look, I can start eating those bodies down in the hole for you if you'd like. I rolled a natural 20 for his reaction to.
Oh, damn.
I've only rolled
dice
two
today is so
natural. I
chaotic.
find it interesting. The first natural 20 was her story arc roll, and the second natural 20 was the behavior for Brightquill when the crow would arrive. And Brightquill decided to eat it. He's hungry.
Well, I can feel when he dies. So
Yeah,
I would
you
know.
feel like you're in the stairwell and you feel the disconnect. You're like, oh, fuck.
Damn it, Forn. I'm going to assume it's your fault.
Yeah.
Got that fucking bird.
Because when you sent Evil, none of them know him. Like, nobody knows who Evil is.
I was
So
hoping they'd
We've
listen to
seen it,
him.
but
He's
we
so
don't know him.
charismatic.
landed and was about to say something, and then Breakquill ate him.
Honestly, it was
So-
a bad plan. I thought of a better one about 5 seconds after he left, but it's too late now.
Please don't regurgitate that over here. We're a little busy with these things. These bodies have suffered enough.
You're thinking of owls. I don't regurgitate anything. I take. He takes his wing and rubs his belly. I eat everything. It's quite yummy. Gnomes and halflings are very tasty.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Well, they rot differently. They're so sweet.
Breakquill and Evil would have had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
He ate his best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So as you guys are busy determining what to do and how to get your day and remainders organized,
I'm putting
Karina.
all the extra stuff down in the shop, like the stuff that's cleaned up. But the 3 that are kept over, we'll hold on to identify by the end of the day
okay.
with binder.
Karina, back over in the Ember Spire, back in the abandoned inn. You're in the stairwell, patiently waiting for Evil's triumphant return with your friends until you feel that kind of disconnect
Damn it,
from
Forn.
Evil. Four.
Just gonna accuse him. Okay, I have an insight stone. Would I be able to use it to kind of work out if a plan I have has a decent chance of working?
The insight stone garners you an opportunity to, I think, roll insight with advantage.
Okay. So I have 2 of them. So I'm gonna roll insight with advantage on whether there's like any other entrance into this room. Starting at 19, so maybe I wasted that. That's 24.
24. As you look
And
around the
18,
stairwell,
23.
yeah, as you look around the stairwell, at the top of the stairs, you can see what looks to be an attic entrance or like a crawl space entrance, a trapdoor up in the ceiling. You can see a small metal ring that would be used to kind of pull it open. It could potentially expose you to the 2 guards, but it could provide a crawl space above all the rooms that you're currently near.
Okay, it's what I've got. I'm gonna make sure I take a good look at what those guards look like, so I might be able to pretend to be them later.
Yeah, give me a stealth. Yeah, give me a stealth check because I'm assuming you're being stealthy.
I also have a stealth stone, but I don't think that's very helpful in this situation because it creates noise, right?
Well, it gives you advantage on stealth because you throw it. It creates noise as a distraction.
I think that's the time to use it. Or am I allowed to see how I roll, and then decide if I want the advantage, or is that a no-no?
Nope. Gotta invoke the stone if you want the advantage.
And I already have an advantage because I'm still invisible.
Yes, that's true. You'd still be invisible.
Okay, so I'll waste that later.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna, turn into an Agorokokra and then turn into something that can kind of fit in there comfortably.
Okay.
And stealth. I should have really gotten that expensive armor. I'm really regretting this. This is a natural one. Thank God for the advantage. Oh, that's a 13.
13. As you stealth up to the top of the stairs while you're invisible, your foot steps on a creaky kind of bit of wood and stone that makes up the edge of the foundation. You watch as two individuals turn to look at you. The first one is definitely an orc. You could tell by the tribal tattoos, and his hand kind of flies to his sword, and he looks over at his companion. Do you hear that? The companion kind of lets out a chirping noise as a Aarakocran, kind of wearing a heavy cloak, pulls back, and it's this black and red Aarakocran. All right, I heard that. I wonder what that was. And the two of them start slowly kind of moving towards the top of the stairs.
Okay, if I use my stealth stone, would I be able to stack advantages, or is that it?
You just get another roll with advantage. I will lower the DC because of the stone's purpose.
Okay, so I'll use the stone.
Okay.
And I'll do another stealth check.
You arc it over their heads and rattles on the ground and starts making cracking and popping noises behind them.
Okay, stealth 1. Wow, I rolled so good and then suddenly I stopped rolling well. That's a 12.
A 12. They're going to make insight check. They're going to roll really bad insight.
Yes!
They
Thank God!
immediately spin around at the noise behind them, and they kind of look, and they start like creeping towards the direction of the noise, which frees you up to try to interact with the attic door above you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and open it.
Give me a strength check as you reach up and...
All of my weaknesses. I am not strong and I'm not stealthy.
Strength is my weakness.
Oh, thank God, that's a 20.
Oh,
man!
You pull on the chain. The trapdoor falls, and a wooden ladder telescopes down towards you. You start heading up the ladder as fast as you can. Are you being stealthy as you climb up into the attic?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, give me advantage again because you're still invisible.
Come on, dice. What the fuck? What the fuck? 7 with advantage.
A 7? As you're climbing up the stairs, you hear, "Hey, you stop!" And you watch as the Aarakocran orc turn to see you going up into the attic. The Aarakocran is pulling a longbow off of their back, and the orc is starting to run towards you with his longsword out.
Should have really gotten that armor. Okay,
You're still invisible, though. You just get the feeling that they think someone's there.
I'm going to use message. And so friend says for duration of advantage on all charisma check directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. Are they hostile?
Oh, they're hostile.
Okay. Oh, I tried.
You want to continue up into the attic?
I'm gonna continue up into the attic.
You finish it. You
I'm gonna
ignore them.
book it.
Yeah, you ignore them. You get up into the attic. Give me a... this is going to be a contest. Them running to get to the ladder and you pulling it up into the ceiling. Give me either athletics or acrobatics. I feel your pain.
Man, my physically weak character. Wow. That is devastating. That's a 3. It's +2. It's an one.
I rolled a 3 and a 4. So the 4 is going to beat you. Just as you try to pull the ladder up, the orc's hand kind of reaches and grabs the ladder, yanks it down. Give me a strength save, if you would, please.
Man. That's a 10.
10. You're unable to prevent the ladder from being pulled down. You get pulled down with the ladder and onto the ground. They see the impression of a dust plume. And the Aarakocra and the orc strike out at you with like the flat of his blade where he thinks you are. So you're still invisible, so that's a disadvantage for him to hit you. It's a 15 and an 8. It's an 8 plus 5, which is a 13.
Do I need to say my armor class or?
Yeah, I don't know what your armor class is.
12.
Yeah, so you feel the flat of the blade smack up against you, like up against your head and your jawline, which immediately breaks the invisibility spell. And you're like sitting there, and you're in Aarakocran form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Aarakocran is like looking at you strangely. Give me a con save, if you would, please.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
We were just talking about how we...
What'd you get?
17.
17. You feel kind of dazed from the strike, like it was meant to knock you out. They're hovering over you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast a poison spray.
Ooh, nice. Sprays up towards the both of them. Dex save. I'm asking you.
Karina, con 15. Sorry, con 15.
That is 2 fails. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice.
Wow, I'm rolling like shit today. 1 of 6, which is like a 1 plus 5.
Hey.
And 1 is 14, which is a little more decent.
The poison spray goes like up into their faces. It causes them to stagger back away from you. The stairwell is open again if you want to try to run downstairs.
I'm gonna cast on myself Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do my signature move of running the fuck away.
Yeah, you start tracking down the stairs as you kind of break out into the open part of the Ember Spire, or the Smolder Ember Spire. At the edge of the Ember Spire, you can see where there's people working, and kind of they notice you come out. You look behind you and you watch as the two follow you to the edge of the stairwell, and then see that you're out in the open, and they kind of pull their cloaks and just kind of cautiously go back up the stairs after running you back out into the daylight.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna change my form kind of when I'm out of sight to look like something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna go this is definitely not the time for that joke, but I'm going to finally reveal my Smeagol form, which is Smingle, which is of course sexy Smeagol.
You're gonna be sexy Smingle?
Yes, my name is Smingle, and I'm here to mingle.
Oh my god, that's hysterical. Where are you heading off to, or what are you doing? And what does that form look like when you change into it?
However you imagine Smeagol is sexy is what it looks like.
That's a lot of imagination.
So it's just Andy Serkis S Smeagol, but the loincloth is like, I don't know, sequined or something. Like, is that what we got?
I mean, adds the largest breasts you can imagine, and yes.
So it's like a toothpick with really big boobs.
Yes, it's however you personally all imagine it.
Well, I mean, there's some shock value to that because people are going to see you walking around like that.
Well, it's probably best that I'm conspicuous because I don't want them, finding me. And after
Yeah, gotcha.
I think after that, because you're correct, that is so conspicuous, I'm going to go for my other form, which is legal ass, which I think
legal
probably,
ass,
yeah. And I'm gonna try and kind of climb on the sides of the building and see like where it connects.
Yeah, give me acrobatics or athletics as you start.
I take that back. I'm not going to try because I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna go. God, I wish we had send or like a phone.
Yeah, like
I wish we had a smart phone.
communicate that was not just like the one way.
Yeah. Not much I can do. I'm gonna see in my thing if like Corina is still there.
Yeah, you invoke the device again. This time there's no light.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking around to see if it comes back.
Okay. About an hour into patiently kind of waiting, you watch as 8 very rough individuals come out of the building that you originally were exploring. There's no sign of Corina. The light never comes back. You get the feeling that maybe she's gone.
Fucking shit. Okay. I should not I should not do this alone because I'm gonna die out of spell slots. Okay. I have 2 and I use them to hide and to run away. My specialties. I can't perform the crow until like I go take a long rest. I think I'm gonna console with the I can't let it go. I'm going inside.
Okay.
It's a bad idea, but I'm going inside. I have to check. But I'm gonna go as a different person and I'm gonna go as one of the guards.
Okay. You kind of make yourself look like one of the common wardens within Jrusar. You head inside, looking around, get to the stairwell, get to the top of the stairwell. The attic door is still open. The stairs are down. A couple of the stair rungs are broken. Like maybe they went up there to like investigate why you were trying to go up there. The door that they were standing in front of is open. You go down the hallway and you kind of peer inside. Give me a perception check as you look inside.
18.
18. It's kind of an empty, bare room. There's a kind of disheveled looking cot in the corner. There's some old crates that maybe were storing food supplies. There's some like discarded linens and towels and things, like maybe somebody was living here. Some trash and heaped up in the corner. You see lots of footprints and scuff marks in the floor of the room. You also see the remains of a teleportation circle in the middle of the room as well.
I'm going to study it.
Yeah, you head over and you look at it. Give me a dexterity save. If you would,
kill
please.
me. I should just kill this character and let it out of its misery. That's 11.
11. As you begin to study the teleportation circle, your foot inadvertently steps on a glyph, and you look down just in time to see the entire room erupt in fire around you. Just like this just erupts all around you. The 4 of you back over at the prancing scimitar. You hear in the very distance, you hear this. You see a column of smoke kind of coming away from over where the Ember Spire is. And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Yikes.
It wasn't me this time.
You know, all of us are back in our place. Like,
I was here. Y'all know I was here the whole time.
Maybe my controlled flame will finally be worth it.
oh, yeah, this is exactly the right time.
It
looks
is
cold.
so effing dry in California. I cannot believe it. It's so dry.
I have a foot of
It's-
snow in my backyard still.
Oh, must be interesting. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget to play a game. And we will see you all next week. Everyone else, go ahead and linger for a few minutes. Good night, everybody.